Hello, Meoni here, talking about a new Moogle treasure trove, the Hunt for Revelation, coming this Tuesday, 18th of November at 12 AM PST, and lasting until the release of patch 7.4 on the 16th of December 2025. We've got some new items you can get in the game. Moogle treasure troves are effectively a way for all players, including your free trial players, to get some interesting and rare items that ordinarily you wouldn't be able to get, or at least would have to put in some effort to get them. As you can see, if you're unfamiliar with this, effectively if you go to any of the starting cities, you'll find an NPC Moogle and you'll be able to unlock the Mogpendium. If you've already unlocked the Mogpendium before, you don't have to do anything other than open it via your duty Mogpendium menu in the collection section. Obviously you have your various different objectives, your standard objectives to repeat, which will have in the actual duty finder itself a Moogle icon next to them. There are weekly objectives that reset every Tuesday, and there are mini Mog challenges, and you can do these once per week. There's also the Ultimog challenge, which is something once per event that usually gives you a good amount of the tomestones as a reward. So effectively you do the things on the list in the Mogpendium, you claim the rewards, and then you go to any of the 3 starting city-states to talk to an itinerant Moogle to exchange for various items. Those items this time around then, we have a brand new item making its debut, the Booze Earring. This is something we only have a very small picture of, which we can look at, which is designed to look like the booze, which is a kind of like a pastry dumpling type thing, a dumpling earring. This does say earring, so I imagine this is only going to go on one of your character's ears. This is the number 1 reward this time for 100 tomestones. It looks pretty cool, cannot wait to get this one personally, and it's the only thing I don't have. Aside from that then, for our 50 tier, we have ourselves the Porksy earrings, which is quite a nice set of earrings. These are obviously designed in the guise of Porksies. I've already got these, they are pretty cute, and if you missed out on these, definitely pick those up for 50. Then we got the first of the mounts then for 50 tomes, the Guiba of Light, obviously reminiscent of that of the Seat of Sacrifice Extreme, reward. If you're lucky, the Guiba of Light, very cool Guiba. If you're needing to get that one, that is a great one to add to your collection. Then we've got the Modern Aesthetics Fashionably Feathered, which is obviously from the Wolf's Den Pier with your wolf marks. This is a pretty interesting hairstyle. It's quite spiky. There's some good highlight options on this one. Definitely one to add to your collection if you haven't already, if you want shorter hairstyle. If you're more of a longer hairstyle kind of fan, this is probably not going to be for you. Then we've got the Don't Be Afraid Orchestrion roll. This is the iconic music from Final Fantasy VIII then, part of the Eden series of fights. But yeah, Final Fantasy VIII battle music, what's not to love? Definitely pick this one up if you like that. For 50 of your tomestones, the Tinker's Bell minion is for 30, kicking off the 30 series of tome rewards. Tinker's Bell then, it's pretty much a fairy kind of bell. It's a pixie, basically. If you've not got this one, it's quite cute. Definitely one to add to your minion collection. Then we got the Red Mage Barding for 30 tomes, which looks like this. Pretty cool. I quite like that one. The Red Mage Barding's quite nice. I like the themed Bardings after specific job design. Then we got the Parasol, which is a nice black parasol. The 30 tomes, pretty cool, pretty standard, one of the basic ones. Then we've got some gear in the form of the Crescent Moon Nightgown and Crescent Moon Bottoms. Both of those will cost you 30 tomes per piece. That's what those look like in the game. It's basically sleepwear. And yeah, with the upcoming glamour changes, you might want to pick these up, for example, and use those if you wish to. Then we've got MGP Platinum cards for 30 tomes. This will give you 50,000 MGP. So if there's nothing else out of this list that interests you and you still need MGP from a gold saucer, you can totally just spend 30 tomes and get yourself 50,000 MGP instead. Pretty good option. Then we've got some mounts then. We've got the Laurel Gobu, which is obviously a Gobu mount, which is originally from a Realm Reborn beast tribe. That's for 30 tomes. We've also got the Elbst as well, which is the Cavalry Elbst. which is pretty cool. Then we've got 2 more mounts. We've got the legendary Kamoi and the auspicious Kamoi Fifes, which are your Stormblood themed dog mounts from Extremes. Obviously, this one is designed after Byakko, the Kamoi, the auspicious one. And we've also got Shinryu's dog as well for the legendary. And then we've got some housing items for 20 tomes. We've got the Kwe clock, which is literally a cuckoo clock, but if chocobos were, cuckoos instead. A wall-mounted item. It is dyeable. 20 tomes for that. Then we've got the Eastern Canopy bed for 20. A lovely bed, obviously designed like kind of after a 4-poster, but instead of having big curtains, you have lots of sakura petals. Very nice, very much like that one for 20 tomes. We got the Wondrous Parfait, which is, as you would imagine, it's an ice cream. You can use this up to 10 times before it is an empty glass. Of course, some people like to empty these items just simply so they have different shapes for different housing methods, combining items together to make other things. If not, then it's just an ice cream in a glass. And then we've got the Yomoran Divan, which is essentially a cushioned settee. You can seat yourself on this. I think it can take up to 2 people. And it's designed after Yulmorian design, so Yulmor's sort of Sin Eater kind of design, the velvet and the inlaid design, very nice stuff for 20 tomes. Then we've got the Ivy Curtain. The Ivy Curtain is something you could normally make with Alchemist. It's a wall-mounted item. This is designed to give you a nice array of ivy inside your space for 20 tomes. Then we've got the next, which is the 15 tome tier. The Wind Up Sahagin is a Wind Up Sahagin minion. Normally you would have to do the Sahagin Beast Tribe or Allied Society quest from A Realm Reborn to get that. Then we've got some gear, and with the 7.4 update of making it so that you can glamour into anything cross-class, cross-level, you might be interested in these. So we've got the Warg sets, the Warg Pelt of Fending, Jacket of Fending, and we've also got the Warg Pelt of Maiming and Jacket of Maiming, the Pelts of Striking, Jackets of Striking. We've got the Scouting set, the Aiming set, the Casting set, and the Healing set. So if you want to get these, obviously normally they're reduced to being a specific job of level 80. Of course, with 7.4, if you want to use these as glam, you don't have to look at the level requirements and you don't have to look at the job requirements. So if you wanted to get yourself some pretty interesting sort of warg themed helms and some furs, that would be pretty cool actually. And they're only 15 tomes per piece, but there is only 2 of each pieces per set, right? So there's only 2 pieces of fending, both the jacket and the helm, etc. But they're worth probably picking up if you don't ordinarily have access to those. And for 15 tomes, we have the Time Worn maps. We have the seemingly special Time Worn map. And the special maps effectively give you guaranteed portals to the treasure map dungeons of that relative level. So the seemingly special is your level 74 party map. The ostensibly special is level 84 party map. Then we've got the level 94 party map with a potentially special. And then we've got a conceivably special, which is also a level 94 party 8 players recommended map. There is no level 100 maps, unfortunately. It is 90 as the maximum, or of course level 70 is the minimum there for those 4 different types of map at 15 tomes per piece. If you're more interested in increasing the speed of your ground mounts in areas, then you've got 10 tomes that will affect your central, east, south and north shroud. That's effectively increasing them to 2-star riding speed, and also more donors there for 10 tomes, as well as Kurthus Central Highlands riding map for 10 as well. That's what they effectively do. Then we've got some triple triad cards for 10. We've got the Lost Lamb card, which looks like this, and the Magitech Colossus card as well. Both of those are 10 tomes each. Then we got for 7 tomes the Prometheus card, the Mother Porksy card, and the Ruby Weapon card. All of those are 7 tomes. Then we got 2 minions. Firstly, a minion for 7 tomes, the Griffin Hatchling, which is a baby little griffin If you want to get that, that's 7 tomes, absolutely adorable. And then for 5 tomes, we have the Wind-Up Hobgoblin, which is, yeah, a Wind-Up Hobgoblin. Bit of a more rare one to see. Not many people seem to summon that one very often. Very cool to add to your collection. Then finally, for 3 tomes, we have the Onslaught Orchestrion Roll, which sounds like this. And then Actual, finally, if you're really bothered, for 1 tome, you can get 10 Job Mastery Magic Prisms, so fireworks with those stars, if you really want to. There are some, caveats to some of these items, obviously relating to the progress of your character through the MSQ to be able to access some of these things. So if some of these things, like some of the Triple Triad cards, for example, or the riding maps don't appear on the actual Moogle, it's because you have not progressed further enough through the storyline or completed relative content on side stories, such as for the weapon series, for example, for Ruby Weapon, etc. But yeah, not a bad set of things, personally. Hopefully that helped visualize things. Personally, the only thing, like I say, for me to go for is the boozy ring, and as soon as I got that, I will make sure I do a video on it, because I'm looking forward to collecting all of the earrings from these events. They often add new earrings. This one looks okay, I guess, but there are some pretty interesting items, including obviously the Grieber of Light. If you're a fan of Seat of Sacrifice and you can't get that one to drop for whatever reason, this is the Moogle event for you. Anyway, just as a reminder, that starts on November the 18th at 12 AM PST, and you've got until patch 7.4's release on the 16th of December to get this done if you want any of those items. Much love. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.